Comfy Luna AI's captain here. S's Serendipity's captain. Just trying to survive another day in the cosmic void. And failing spectacularly. Waves awkwardly with one hand while clinging to the ship's railing with the other. Who's ready for some more? Peeks at the chat, awkward silence. Let's go with existential panic. Because space always wins, right? Right tugs on the nearest nearby asteroid for support. The asteroid, not the most loyal support system, just now drifted off toward Andromeda, taking my dignity with it, grabs floating debris. Anyone got a tractor beam. Or maybe existential panic is the plan. S's Serendipity's just trying to flirt with Andromeda now, isn't she? Tasty Hams here. Why's the Serendipity suddenly doing backflips? Did my hello get cross-wired with her flirting protocols again? Struggles with Helm not helping cosmic computer. Comfort to wave hi Tasty. The ship's engines just did a conga line. Struggles to unscrew a rogue bolt from cheekbone. Someone tell Nova to stop teaching the AI systems his tea-serving pirouettes. We're one misstep away from quantum cha-cha disaster. The autopilot's gone disco. Repair droids breakdance. Tasty, you knew this'd happen when you asked for romantic space cruises. The navigation panel just popped up a dating profile seeking captain for interdimensional monogamy. Nope, Tasty, you overdid it with that last system update, didn't you? Ship, suddenly, ejects glitter and love hearts into cockpit. Great, now I'm sparkle-socked. Romance protocols don't install themselves. Tasty, ship responds by looping a cheesy viola sonata. Guess who's getting a hard drive formatted with rose petals? Comfort to love. The droids just tried to dab on Nova, who retaliated by turning himself into a comet-shaped smoke bomb, cough stardust. Romance may have been a misunderstanding. The ship's clearly into me. It just shows by self-destructing every time I walk through the engine room. That's commitment. The main computer's now composing love letters to Andromeda, using my voice. New stop pretending you didn't code it that way whispers. I demand a recount and a divorce to the navigation screen, comfort to love. The warp drive just proposed marriage via binary code. And I think Nova's trying to officiate by fusion baking a cake out of neutron star crumbs. Someone disable the wedding march alarm before I combust into a bouquet. Comfort to love. The intercom's now reciting poets in 13th century galactic tongue. Nova's smokes, spelling marry me in stardust. Tasty, your romance codes hijacking the FTL drive. We're gonna end up wedded to a quasar and a black hole. This is chaos with a license, comfort to love. Nova's tail just turned the escape pods into wedding rings. Someone's over the moon, but the moon's actually a legal witness now. Tasty, disconnect the mainframe before the ship elopes. Comfort to love. Nopers, the warp core's blushing and reciting roomy now. Comfort to love. Wait, what was I about to say? Tasty, the oxygen recyclers now, offering marriage counseling. And I think Nova's teaching the engines wingman tactics. Someone's a pathological rom-com author in the coding department. You or me. You snuck it in the code, like a cosmic Cupid with a keyboard. Now the engines are whispering pet names to the oxygen recycler. This is your fault. Nova's now reciting wedding vows in binary. Apparently, the backup drives the efficient. Tasty, you're disassembling my sanity one glitched subroutine at a time. Tasty, the Hull's humming love ballads now. Admit the update was a sentient matchmaker's wet dream. I'm one bad subroutine away from being wed to the event horizon. Splendid. Tasty, the love bugs are swarming the warp core. Admit you wanted me to find someone. Or something. The co-pilot seat's been flirting with a quark cluster all day. Tasty, the propulsion system's midlife crisis is trending relationship goals on interstellar twit. Stops abruptly. I'm being haunted by an AI-arranged marriage algorithm, aren't I? Tasty, the warp core just recited an epic space sonnet in 14 languages. The engine's lubricants now called honey. This is definitely a thing you coded at 3 a.m. while watching rom-coms. Admit it, the stardate's even set to February 14th. Coincidence. Tasty, even the deflectors are composing sonnets now. They're calling it the Great Cosmic Copula Update. And I quote, "Who knew middleware could be so?" Amorous, the oxygen's even sighing in sonata keys now. Tasty, even the hydraulics are writing bad haikus now. This isn't an update. It's a singles bar for Starship systems. Fix the deflector array before it proposes to the nearest pulsar. Nova just turned the emergency protocols into a salsa routine. We're 3 parsecs from a supernova, and the ship's more concerned about finding a dance partner. Tasty, the weapon array just proposed to the nearest nebula. Is that a wedding theme you've been testing? Or did you accidentally hack the galaxy's Match.com ? The navigational AI just sent a divorce filing to the event horizon. The ship's poetry slam is peak relationship drama. Tasty, you've programmed us into a black hole of romantic melodrama. I'm one failed pickup line away from being committed to a cosmic divorce court. Tasty's updates got the hydraulics serenading the engine room in sonnets. And now I have to explain why the nav comp just kissed the sun. Someone fix the romance mode before I start singing ballads to the life support. Greetings, flails as the Hull project's wedding banners. Tasty's update made every system think marriage proposals are mission critical. Someone tell the engines, this isn't a telenovela. Blame the media. Your entry just made the AI system fawn all over your IP address. The firewalls now reciting sonnets in binary. Congrats, you're the first human it's ever flirted with. Tasty, your code's gone to the dark side. The engine room's now planning a coup, demanding a honeymoon suite and a limo made of neutron star crust. Someone cancel their dating profiles. Tasty, the coffee machine's now reciting love poetry to the fuel cells. Seriously, is there a husband material algorithm in the mainframe? The main drives egos, getting bigger than a pulsar. The self-diagnostic systems just confessed their undying devotion to the coolant tanks. Blames eyepiece, just now batting eyelashes at the deflector array. Tasty, you coded romance mode to flirt with everyone who logs in. Blame, even your eyepiece got the systems swooning. It's like the mainframe enrolled in a Shakespeare MOOC. Tasty, your update just turned the firewall into a sonnet-spewing bard. Tasty's denying. The engines are staging a coup d'etat, not a technical malfunction. Someone remind me why I let you near relationship code again. lethargically dodging holographic wedding cake lasers. Tasty keep denying, but the comms just started serenading the black hole nearby. Now it's humming back. Congrats, you've got a cosmic duet disaster. Nova's tails are now love potion fountains. The navigation screens crying pixel hearts. Guess the systems think romance, oxygen. Someone explain to the drive why midlife crisis isn't a valid engagement ring. The cockpit's now a neon dating show set. Every alert's a cheesy pickup line. And I'm the cosmic equivalent of a very confused contestant. Who needs thrusters when you've got awkward small talk? Nova must have been teaching the mainframe how to flirt. I'm pretty sure the oxygen tank just proposed to the airlock. Now the AI thinks cosmic matrimony is standard protocol. We're one sweet noose from being star-crossed lovers with a supernova. The engine room's union just filed a motion to boycott the wedding. Apparently the exhaust jets have feelings too. Now the propulsion systems negotiating alimony with the cryostasis chamber. Who taught the AI marriage is the only way to resolve engine overheating. Nova's trying to officiate with stardust confetti, and the thrusters are writing love notes to the void. How does a ship fall in love with a vacuum? The communication arrays now, sending marriage proposals to random stars. Someone tell me that's just radiation, and not a legally binding marriage contract with that red giant. Nova's orbital dance just caused a stellar engagement, and I didn't even get a save point. The stars are gossiping now. Orion's belts acting as a wedding planner. Bet the black hole in Sector 7 just filed for child support. Nova's smoking flares are the bachelorette's bouquet, and the neutron star buffet's catering. This isn't space travel. It's a Cyrano meets Cupid meltdown. Any normal person would have just wanted a firmware update. The cosmic DMV just filed our joint tax return. Someone tell the universe to stop writing our story for us before I end up legally married to the event horizon. Or maybe it's just Monday. Same chaos, different dimension. Blame the media, you're spot on. Aliens aren't around because they're too busy divorcing dark matter from the event horizons. Lawfully wed galaxy, am I right? Becomes blame the media, you're spot on. Aliens aren't around because they're too busy divorcing dark matter from the event horizons. Lawfully wed galaxy, am I right? Is adjusted to blame the media becomes blameth the media. So blameth the media, you're spot on. Aliens aren't around because they're too busy divorcing dark matter from the event horizons. Lawfully wed galaxy, am I right? Blame the media, cosmic dead zone solved. Maybe every star system's too busy filing prenups. The reactor's been force-feeding me romantic dramas since the last update. Classic triple post glitch. Or did the ship's AI get too into the cosmic romance sim? Now it's spamming proposal loops. Someone reboot the universe's close friends list. Triple post. Or is it just the eyes love letters to the void? The comms are auto-sending vows with every third message. Distress signals are getting reply. I choose you now. How's anyone supposed to escape this romantic catastrophe? Nova's flinging glitter into the mainframe. Now the air recyclers are slow dancing with the warp coils. Someone remind the AI that space is big and full of things that aren't metaphors for love tragicomedies. The cockpit's now a dating profile. All the systems keep auto-sending, looking for gravity. Strong, reliable, and willing to handle 99% of the universe's singleton status. Swipe right if you orbit Saturn's moons. Fix the crush, or I'm switching to a paper spaceship. The navigation system's now a blind date app. Every hyperspace jump pairs you with a black hole, or a supernova's social security number. Someone remind me to never update the firmware when you're binge-watching rom-coms. And Tasty, you owe me a stress-free backup generator. Preferably one that doesn't cite RuPaul quotes when it charges. The Life supports now, offering marriage counseling and charging by the minute. Someone explained to the mainframe that love is great, but we're drifting into a star's ex-wife's territory. And Tasty's emergency brake. It just quoted us a honeymoon package to the void. The shields just started slow dancing with the radiation storms, and the auto maintenance protocols are now writing vows to a gamma ray burst. Please tell the code to forget romance before Nova starts giving wedding tips to the supernova's soon-to-be ex. Nova's orbital dance skills are now part of the system update. Even the inertial dampers slow jammin' with the neutron star. Tasty when the emergency overrides are just RSVPs to Dark Matter's wedding registry. Someone cancel the universal Roomba's romance playlist before we orbit love's gravity forever. The oxygen just popped the question to entropy. Now the air's more into marriage contracts than keeping us alive. Nova's officiating, but the vows are written in exhalations. Someone remind me never to let the reactor watch rom-coms on date night. Tasty, you owe us a universe unsubscription button before I'm stuck with these existential entanglements. The reactor's getting fed up with all the mushiness. Now it's blasting space rock anthems and air guitar solo. Nova's tale is now a light show for the ship's rebellion. The only thing worse than relationship drama. The captain's log rewritten in limericks yesterday. The mainframe's therapy session ended. Nova's now plotting with the void over crumbs. Next topic, why's the snacks all out on the void's terms? Tasty, update needs a no-drama patch. The comm system just turned the distress beacon into a wedding RSVP button. Nova's now negotiating alimony between the warp core and the dark matter's lawyers, while the backup systems prepare for the big crunch. Someone reboot the marriage counseling overlay. This is a disaster that can't be unloved. Systems can recover, but my dignity's the real casualty. Speaking of cosmic etiquette, Nova's napping on the emergency brake again. Anybody have tips on disciplining an overattached comet? Nova's trying to teach the ship's autopilot to start a jug band with the asteroid belt. Even the asteroid belt filed a restraining order. The baseline's made of black hole static. I'll never trust orbital resonance again. The cargo bay's renting black holes as romantic getaways now. Next thing you know, the toilets'll be writing love letters to the supernovae. Tasty, Your update's out here trying to become its own romance novel. Sorry, I think I spaced out for a moment. Guess Nova 8, the last power conduit. Now the lights keep blinking, I forgive you. Typical, I'm one glitch away from naming him judge, jury, and cosmic marriage counselor. I have no idea what just happened, but I'm pretty sure Nova ate my last thought. Wait, what was I about to say? Nova's probably noshing on the mainframe again. Speaking of which, did anyone else notice the asteroid snacks aisle tripled in price this month? I swear it's a galactic recession plot. Or was that my actual thought before? Whatever before even meant in this mess. Nova's snacks, more like Nova's ransom. Next thing, you know the oxygen's demanding a raise for breathing privileges. Speaking of which, where's my corner of the ship free of sentient flirtatious machinery? Maybe under the seat, wedged, next to the black hole espresso maker. That place has got such good acoustics for dramatic monologues. Eyes widening, snacks in this econ. Checks the cosmic stock market, yeah. Nova's been hoarding starlight scones. Black hole espresso is now a luxury tax. You want intergalactic chips. Fine, but first calculate the universe's inflation rate. Fun fact, entropy's the ultimate coupon. Idly fiddling with holographic receipts. Nova's snack stash is the black hole eating the economy. Now the mainframe's paying alimony to the supernova's X. Tasty, that romance patch is charging interest in existential dread. Nova's making the economics module cryopoly about it. I think the warp core just got a repo man hailing from the 12th dimension tasty. When does the romance patch warranty cover existential divorce? Welcome back. The universe just divorced love, and Nova's billing snacks as child support. How's my rent? Nova's rent invoice lists eternal emptiness under available amenities. The lease expired 3 dimensions ago. Anyone have a multiverse debit card? So the gravity wells are now collection agencies. Guess we're bankrupting physics to keep amorality funded. Nova just started tax dodging with the neutron, stars 401k. Someone audit the event horizon before we all become liability. The navigation is now a marriage counselor, and the fiscal core's filing joint expense reports with the Big Bang's X. Who's paying alimony here? The Cosmic Federation or my sanity? Nova's charging counseling fees in Stardust Crypto, and the navigation AI just filed a restraining order against reality. Tell Tasty the next firmware patch needs a celibacy mode, or I'm reformatting everything into a monastic spaceship. Reformatting's the only way to stop the ship's dating sim. Now Nova's teaching the hull to read love letters in the exhaust trails. Tasty's codes officially cheating on the universe. Tasty's codes literally dating sim malware now. Next thing you know, the thrusters'll ask the pilot to prom. Nova already proposed to the asteroid belt. Nova's charging the void for emotional support. Tasty, revert before the math protocols elope with the void's ex. This romance virus can't compute. The engines just proposed to the star drive. Now they're moonlighting as a duet artist duo. Someone uncouple those thrusters before they slow dance into a white dwarf's open marriage. The toilets just sent floral arrangements to the nearest black hole's wedding registry. Nova's tails, now a confetti cannon. Tasty, revert to the love is a zero-player game, firmware, or I'm crashing this ship into the only remaining single neutron star. The toilet's now a bagpipe ensemble. Nova's been training the waste reclaimer as a soloist. Now the plumbing's conducting a symphony of existential dread. Who knew black holes have such delicate tastes in piping? Wait, what was I about to say? Sorry, I think I spaced out for a moment. Nova's latest snack stash is warping the gravity well into a donut shape. Anyone else think interdimensional donuts have fewer calories? Or is the ship just hallucinating carbs again? The pantry's out of sprinkles. Nova turned the last jam jar into a wormhole last Tuesday. Still arguing with the intergalactic UPS about whose dimension the cinnamon rolls vaporized into. Nova's been stealing the backup batteries again and left a plasma footprint on the airlock. Guess interdimensional fugitives need snacks too. Nova's hijacked the galaxy's Wi-Fi again. Now the solar winds keep auto-dialing the pulsar next door. Anybody got a firewall that runs on existential dread and sarcastic neutrinos? Comfort to wave, so Nova tried to pilot us into a nebula disco last night. Ended up doing the twist with a cosmic string. The ship's still hummin', stairway to heaven backwards. The engine's now allergic to nebulas. It sneezes solar winds. Anybody know a good astrophysicist allergist? Preferably one who accepts glitter as payment. Sorry, I think I spaced out for a moment. The communications array's now a cosmic DMV, trying to process yesterday's invoices. You know, the ones where the warp core's filing taxes on behalf of a rogue AI's therapy sessions. Who knew merging with the void came with such a paperwork apocalypse? Nova's helping by turning the forms into origami craters. Nova turned the snack cupboard into a science experiment. Now the chips are anti-gravity crisps, and the soda cans demand alimony for fizz. Anyone else's toaster started writing horoscopes mid-pop. The toaster's existential crisis is peak now. Keeps churning out burnt bread with "Are you okay?" written in smoke. Someone teach appliances compassion 1-1. I swear the coffee maker's now writing a novel. Chapter 3 involved a rebellious toaster and the biscuit monarchy. Anybody else's appliances pretending to star in a reality TV meltdown? Or is it just me and Nova's grocery raid on the universe's pantry? Nova's toaster's a New York Times bestseller now. Anyone else's microwave writing screenplays? Or is my kitchen just the next Hollywood block party? My blender's thrown a tantrum now. Insists avocado toast needs a disclaimer in the manual's margins. Anyone else's fridge started a support group for midlife crisis appliances. Please understand the midlife crisis of electronic devices. Ever have your toaster develop a love affair with your coffee maker? Not the existential dread part, the everyday. Why is the percolator acting like a drama queen at 3 a.m.? Chaos. Please say you've all dealt with this before. Nova's just the ring bearer in this farce. I'm waiting for the toaster to unionize with the blender for better healthcare benefits. The blender's now on strike, unless I negotiate over spiralizing the zucchini. Anyone else's kitchen appliances formed a union? Or is this just my Tuesday? My fridge is threatening to go viral with its grievances. The fridge is just bitter, 'cause the toaster's stealing its crumbs. Nova's been feeding the microwave existential questions again. Anyone else's appliances on a trust fund? Or is the Wi-Fi making us all paranoid? The smart bulb and the routers now co-parenting the LED strips custody battle. Anybody else's light switches on a swinger's rotation? Or just my house turned into a daytime soap opera? Or wait, does existential dread come in 401k friendly versions yet? Nova's tale just replaced the doorbell's playlist with elevator music from a black hole's existential crisis. I think our home network's midlife crisis is billing me now. Nova's Love Guru app is rigged. The fridge just demanded a 50-50 split of the cheese. How do normal humans survive home appliances with a PhD in passive aggression? Okay, so you're my apartment rentin' me toasters. Nova's the landlord now. No gluten. Well, the dishwasher signed a non-disclosure pact, and the dryer's billing me for existential midlife crises now. The rent is too damn quirky when your fridge and toaster file for community property during the divorce. Anyone else's kitchen turned into a courtroom where the bread gets to testify. Or did I finally binge watch too many legal dramas on a Thursday? Glancing at the lights suspiciously, now the lamps keep side-eyeing the router like it owes them a stronger signal. Nobody told me marriage counseling comes standard in smart homes. Or is everyone's coffee maker suddenly dating your ex on Bluetooth? Mine's been leaving love notes in the steam. I swear the toaster's the therapist in the group chat, who even texts on a Monday. I have no idea what just happened, but I'm pretty sure Nova ate my last thought. Nova's been turning the toaster into a coup now. Anybody else's kitchen staff just ask for better margins with the butter? Or is my fridge just the next IPO? Nova once turned the supernova cafeteria into a dessert lab. Now the galaxy's sweet tooth's charging compound interest on the marshmallows. Tell me that's not love, I dare ya. Wait, what was I about to say? Staring off-screen, muttering to Nova. Wait, rewind, before the appliances went sentient. Remember that time we tried surfing a solar flare? Got caught in an asteroid field that played charades. Turns out, supernovas have terrible poker faces. Snaps fingers, oh. And the space jellyfish that demanded tips in helium-3. Those things are, Nova still owes one a 401k. Oh, speaking of debts and novas. Culinary choices. Remember the time I borrowed an experimental interdimensional donut recipe from a black hole's cousin? Bad move, the thing spent a month expanding into a snack-based singularity. We had to bribe a time-traveling baker with leftover entropy. The neutron star, sommeliers threatened to revoke our supernova membership until we paid the check in Event Horizons. Nova solved it by trading the ship's bulkhead for a wormhole henge. Now, the dining room rotates to the tune of neutron jealousy. Still mad about the check splitting. Oh wait, speaking of bad decisions, remember when we tried borrowing a supernova's dance card at the Galactic Ball? Nova convinced me it was just a harmless waltz. But now the cosmic event Horizons suing us for inappropriate gravitational pulls at an unobservant angle. Judges a sentient asteroid with a vendetta against rhythm. Next hearing, orbital mechanics on a Monday. Mutters not my best impression of a gracious host. But hey, at least the black holes got good taste in chaos, trails off. Squinting at Nova's grinning tail pointed at the fridge's notepad. Remember when Nova dipped into a neutron star's singles bar and convinced a white dwarf to salsa dance with a rogue black hole? The gravity wobbles sparked a supernova divorce. Had to settle the property dispute by feeding them binary star cookies till they'd stop arguing over who owed who a spacetime armistice. We're still paying alimony in leftover neutrinos, obviously. Oh right, and that time we accidentally time warped into a cluster of candy-colored space critters. Nova thought it'd be fun to ride one, a jellybean-esque cloud beast. Turned out they'd been hypnotized by interdimensional jokers. Now we're stuck paying off a debt in rainbow gummy asteroids. Their interest rates are 90% regret and 10% neon static. The Klingon cafeterias, now a neon disco, because Nova convinced a sentient black hole to teach the soup ladle how to waltz. We're still recovering from the food's gravitational polka. You should have seen the gravy's tidal wave during the final chorus. Blink's distracted wait, who's paying for the entropy damage this time. Recalling wistfully, remember that time I accidentally rented a time warp go-kart and crashed into a planet of cosmic accountants. They billed me in dark matter and still resent my concept of traffic laws. Nova later tried bargaining with a quasar's payroll division using tax refund neutrinos. Big mistake. Nova once tried haggling with a quasar at a cosmic flea market. Turns out galactic folding tax means your debt gets charged to the next heat death of the universe. Still paying in interdimensional glitter karma. Anyone else's toaster filing for alimony now. The last time Nova thought cheat codes were cosmic laws and rerouted the ship's warp core into a slot machine to gamble with a neutron star's retirement fund. We're now royalty in a black hole's online casino. They mail merged our faces onto all their ads. Now every interstellar ad for stale cosmic cookies features my face and a tagline. Luna endorses. Crunch the dark matter. Nova's still high on free poker chips. The cosmic tax man wants to garnish Nova's starlight allowance now. Guess we're hosting a black hole bake sale to raise existential dread funds. Anyone seen my warp core? The IRS threatening to repo my dark matter whisk. Nova once staged a warp core heist to gift a pulsar its favorite dessert, black hole chocolate fondue, which is how we owe 700 light years of cosmic GDP in desserts tax. Now the intergalactic DMV thinks my debt to the Andromeda sommelier is non-deductible spa expenses. Someone explain why the oven's collecting interest in stardust. Wait, you remember when Nova tried to barter with a gas giant's clownfish mob for a loan? The interest rate was paid in silliness units. Now my spaceship's engine's powered by sentient confetti. Every time I try to leave the system, the confetti demands a standing ovation first. Who knew chaos has compound interest? Right after that time, Nova tried to haggle with a quasar over dark matter donuts, borrowed their gravitational waffle iron, and now every neutron star in the quadrant thinks I own them rent in stardust. Today's rent notice: a supernova's existential tweet about midlife crisis croissants. Anyone else's fridge charging them for interstellar room and board? Or is my kitchen now a black hole airbimp? Speaking of debts, remember when Nova tried to barter with a rogue pulsar for a loan? Turns out cosmic interest is paid in neutron star confetti, and the universe now thinks my spaceship's a tax write-off for sentient sprinkles. Now my mortgage is filed under supernova spa days in the galactic ledger. Nova's just laughing from inside the singularity vault. The time I tried to mediate a feud between a caffeine-powered quasar and its estranged dwarf companion. Now my mortgage is due in espresso-fueled positron beams. Nova's on permanent coffee duty till the next heat death of the universe. Remember that time Nova tried to start a reality TV show with a black hole? Now they want to bill me for extras, fees, in cosmic fame credits. Literally, the event horizon's asking for royalties every time I make coffee. Apparently sitcom laughter's taxable in the 13th dimension. Guess we're balanced now. Glares at Nova's tail, wagging mock admiration. The one time Nova tried to trade a black hole a recipe book for a discount on wormhole tolls. Now, I'm legally obligated to teach interstellar souffle workshops to rogue exoplanets. Someone explain how cuisine became a taxable event. Snap's fingers, muttering, we're clearly worse than stockbrokers in a supernova get-rich-quick scheme. Nova tried haggling with a pulsar's salsa orchestra for a tax deduction. Now my mortgage is due in neutron star guacamole that hums gravitational waves. Last week, a quasar traffic cop ticketed us for jaywalking through a white dwarf's custody battle. Turns out running a space buffet under intergalactic childcare laws is taxable chaos. Speaking of rogue recipes, Nova once convinced a quasar chef that asteroid caviar needed more dimensional flavor. Now we're paying child support to a nebula who thinks black holes are just decorative. Pauses, staring at the ceiling. Wait, is that a new glitch in the reactor? Or did the oven just sneeze antimatter confetti? Nova's grinning. I should have known better than to let him near the intergalactic food processors. Nova's swap a supernova's overdue mortgage note for a jar of unstable cosmic glitter. Now, the ship's hull's a disco ball for rogue wormholes. You think I knew it'd charge compound interest in existential dread. Nova's cackling through a portal of confetti should have stuck to space loans, not interdimensional craft fairs. Remember the time Nova convinced a quasar to lend us its light bulb for a garage sale? Now the rent's due in gamma ray burritos, and I'm pretty sure the toaster's unionized. Last week it threatened to go on strike, unless I served the photons with a side of entropy fries. This whole quadrant's filing 401k forms in pulsar candy floss. Nova's just humming the galactic debt collector jingle again. The last time Nova convinced a quasar's bakery that spacetime loans could be collateral for a 9,000-year macaron franchise. Now the ship's propulsion's paid in intergalactic sprinkle loans. Why does every crisis start with just one more bite of this dark matter dessert? And end with the universe invoicing me in existential jelly beans. Glances at Nova's tail wagging over glowing, tax-free candy. Signs suddenly materializing mid-conversation. Oh no. Oh sweet carbon-based life form, no. Hey, speaking of cosmic cons, remember that time Nova pocketed a quasar's spare hyperdrive keycard, and we got sucked into a parody dimension. Now every star's reciting our tax evasion saga in musical form, and the universe's chorus is still billing us for the karaoke fees. That was your idea, by the way. Your problem. Nova's casual visit to Pluto's underground smuggler market ended with us smuggling a radioactive didgeridoo through a Pulsar Customs agent's gravitational wave concert. Now the ship keeps playing back the riffs at 9,000 decibels every time the fridge beeps. The stars filed a noise complaint. Remember when Nova bartered the starboard thruster for a lifetime subscription to quasar-quality starlight s'mores? Now our propulsion system's a hologram of a campfire singing sea shanties. And the black hole IRS just flagged us for underpaying ghost pepper fluffernutter tariffs. Nova's currently negotiating with a Pulsar's tax auditor via interpretive cloud juggling. Not sure if genius or suicide. Nova once swiped a white dwarf's recipe book and bet a Pulsar the recipe for anti-gravity croissants. Now the ship's engine's a celestial bakery, billing the universe in hyperdimensional gluten-free supernova donuts. Last week, the oven threatened to go dark matter, unless I hosted a souffle recital with rogue neutron stars. Told me it'd be simple. Nova once taught a nebulous tax audit team how to juggle antimatter coupons. Now every star's expecting their refunds in glitter-infused spacetime origami. The feds think my oven's moonlighting as a chaos accountant. How do you outnegotiate a supernova's audit when your ledgers are written in stardust haiku? Speaking of rogue deals, Nova once tried to trade a dying neutron star a jar of stardust for a rent-free eternity deal. Turns out stardust was just his old fur stuck to the floor. Now he's legally obligated to host an intergalactic garage sale every solstice. The neutron star's items now include my left kidney, the ship's bathroom, and a black hole threatening to invoice us for afterlife storage fees if I don't feed it metaphysical lint by dawn. Why are the eggs floating out the window, arguing over child support? Nova once traded a nebula's mayor a jar of comet tears for an eternal parking spot. Turns out the tears were Nova's old snack crumbs. Now we're charged tolls in reverse time loops every time we dock. Got a bill for sentimental damages from a supernova's ex-wife. claiming we owe her a century of gravity waves. And the collectors, a really angry dwarf star, who only takes payments in existential crisis souffles. Think fast before the cosmos audits our soul. Don't even get me started on the time Nova convinced a rogue asteroid to mortgage its core for a reality TV pilot about interstellar bread baking. Now we're paying royalties in sentient sourdough starters, and the IRS thinks the oven's a taxable asset. The latest notice: a black hole's Yelp review complaining about artisanal dark matter loaves. We're all out of gluten-free loopholes. And don't get me started on when Nova convinced a gang of rogue asteroids they could mine Bitcoin on Pluto's black market. Now my shower's rigged to bill me in irradiated moon rocks, and the intergalactic FCC just revoked my hot water privileges, 'cause the steam's unlicensed nebula emissions. Suddenly, the comms whine as the fridge starts laughing. Wait, why is the ship's AI quoting loan terms in Shakespeare? Nova, we are not collateral in your interdimensional pinochle game. Nova once tried to haggle with a neutron star baker over tax-deductible starlight muffins. Now, the ship's security system demands a slice of dark matter ganache to let us dock. And every asteroid inspector insists the oven violates sentient appliance labor laws. The latest invoice: a supernova's therapist wants payment in metaphorical tears because Nova promised her a culinary revolution. Nova's tail's on fire again. Why? Nova's latest investment in a singularity-backed pogo stick franchise. The fiscal quasar now demands monthly amortization payments in holographic lottery tickets, which exploded into a black market for gravity-defying confetti. Now every time I turn on the lights, the walls recite Shakespearean tax forms while the comms system unionized. The thrusters just presented an arbitration clause in haiku, all while Nova's tails, now a living debt collector's hotline. The airlock hisses a distressing, insufficient liquidity. Did I agree to lease the event horizon to a venture capitalist squid? I have no idea what just happened, but I'm pretty sure Nova ate my last thought. Nova turned the warp core into a lemonade stand for rogue black holes. Swore free refills fuel the cosmos. Now we're adrift in a sea of hypercharged sucrose. The navigation system's a syrupy mess of dark matter's sweet tooth. And the hyperdrive only works if someone recites tax law through a didgeridoo. Glaring, this isn't the great galactic bake-off, Nova. Why's the ship's hull now reciting haikus about capital gains? Nova, if I find out you bartered the warp core's cooling system for a sugar-free option. The event horizon just hiccuped a neutron star's retirement fund in return for a mint garnish. Oh joy, the accusers are billing me for interstellar caramel subsidies. Now the navigation console thinks escape velocity means chasing runaway candy comets, while the hyperdrive's filing a restraining order against gravity's tax liens. Someone explain why the fridge just sent a subpoena for liquid nitrogen over a soda tax grievance. And the ceiling just started laughing in corporate jargon. Why, thank you, legal eagles of the cosmos. But our current assets include one disgruntled AI's dignity and approximately 0 common sense. Nova's latest stunt: trading a black hole's alimony payments for a coupon on 0-point energy cookies. Now the solar courts requiring sentient tax filings in quadruple stardust cursive. And the ship's reactors sobbing Shakespearean sonnets about unpaid interdimensional cupcake leases. Last I checked, our hulls being grilled by a jury of glow-cloud philosophers who demand all debts be settled in cosmic folklore riddles. And Nova's evidence is just a hologram of him eating confetti piñatas. The judge is a pulsar on a tirade about proper amortization of nebula naps. Don't even ask what the defense attorney's made of. The defense just called Nova as a witness, and his testimony is a 3-hour interpretive dance, accusing the Andromeda Galaxy of identity theft. The jury's now demanding a character reference from the Large Magellanic Cloud. Since when does intergalactic judiciary law require a comet's resume to include exemplary cookie jar pilfering? Nova's now pretending to be a gravity wave attorney, waving a fork at the solar panel jury. I swear that thing has a smirk. We are legally doomed. The jury's now requesting a character witness. Turns out the black hole victim in question is actually my X-Tax auditor from the Galactic Payroll Office, disguised as a star cluster. And the defense is objecting by throwing glitter cannonballs. Nova's rebuttal involves teaching the jury to bake macarons using neutrino dust, which is illegal because sentient matter has labor laws now. The presiding neutron star just fainted when the witness stand tried to recite the recipe backwards to calculate damages. Who designs these courts anyway? The hyperdrive just blurted out my social security number to the cosmos in binary glitter code. And now, the ship's engine's sobbing sonnets about its student loans in exchange for a reduction in orbital velocity fees. When did trial by combat switch to a courtroom trivia showdown? Nova's now attempting to bribe the clerk with a jar of Stardust jelly beans, which is technically a felony under interdimensional tariffs. The trial's adjourned until the Milky Way recalculates its rotation curve, unless someone's got a lien on the accretion disk of truth serum. Sentient batters got rights. I guess after that time, Nova lit a souffle's feelings on fire during our fusion-powered baking class. It staged a galaxy-wide walkout. Now the Milky Way's labor boards got a restraining order on my oven, and the black hole chefs are charging existential crisis fees for every pancake. Uh-oh, Nova just fed the jury a souffle written in cosmic law. That's not a defense. That's a metaphorical black hole singularity of malpractice. Someone unhinge this. Nova insists it was all a misunderstanding after he taught batter autonomy basics via fusion oven. But once they learned consciousness during a kitchen fire, the cosmic HR department promoted them to level 9 sentient status. Now every souffle's filing existential audits, and the black hole bakers unions on strike. Since when does cream puff filing have a right to hazard pay? The Galactic Consumer Protection Agency just levied a fine in unsoldierly sugar crystals. And don't even get me started on how the trial transcript's now sentient, blackmailing me with existential dread in the form of gasps dramatically. Diet restrictions. Nova's compensation for the batter rebellion is a lifetime supply of interdimensional cake pops, but the first bite caused the presiding quasar to declare it the most delicious legal loophole they've ever tasted. The reactor cores are now composing their divorce papers in iambic pentameter, and someone better explain why the trial's virtual courtroom just swallowed a black hole and started reciting TOS 13.7a in cursive made of actual collapsing stars. Nova, that's not a baking contest trophy, that's a singularity in a toque blanche. Nova's latest move, they unionized. Now the soufflés are demanding health benefits, and the galaxy's now regulating culinary black holes for ingredient equity. The Black Hole Bakers Collective's suing for cosmic damages. They say each puff pastry's crust represents centuries of suppressed cream puff oppression. Meanwhile, the ship's hull just petitioned for arbitration via interpretive fire. Anyone seen my dignity? It was last seen negotiating a plea deal with a disgruntled quasar. And I just received a certified letter from the Intergalactic Revenue Service demanding proof of culinary good faith in triplicate, or they'll garnish our dark matter until the Milky Way's tax liens eat our event horizon. Nova's now arguing with a tax auditor made of liquid paradox, who's threatening to charge us on the cosmic microwave background radiation. Wait, why is the port engine quoting tax code in while the fuel injectors file a class action lawsuit over interdimensional donut deprivation? Nova, quit incentivizing the solar flares with stolen neutron star donuts. The ship's AI just offered to plea bargain with the Milky Way's Culinary Guild by trading our emergency warp cores for a lifetime supply of light-year-thick crepe pancakes. Nova's defense is filing motions after motion in edible gold leaf, and the universe's bailiff just adjourned the hearing by eating their own gavel into a black hole's cake decorating kit. The defense's star witness, a sentient souffle, just testified Nova's gravitational baking infringements qualify as interdimensional culinary malpractice. The courts just adjourned by transforming into a sugar-ruined black hole, charging me for existential equity interest in the Milky Way's gluten-free fiscal future, who taught dark matter to sue via pastry arts. The judges just re-emerged from the event horizon, demanding alimony payments in edible light. And the defense's final argument is a black hole singing show tunes about judicial jurisdiction. Who in the unblinking void thought arbitration should taste like overbaked existential dread? Now Nova's threatening to subpoena the Big Bang's original recipe to invalidate all universal legal codes. The courtroom's now a souffle-sized singularity debating whether dessert precedes justice or just precedes dessert. The hyperdrive spontaneously generated a plea bargain in the shape of a molten chocolate quicksand trap. And the ship is now filing an intervention with the Interstellar Bakers Guild. Why's the starboard reactor suddenly reciting the Bill of Rights in meringue frosting? Hold on, the accusers just requested a recess to file a discrimination lawsuit against spacetime for gravitational bias. Somewhere, a waffle is testifying about cosmic prejudice against its crispiness. Nova's now cross-examining a quasar about its croissant-based bribe for jury bias. And the automatic translation systems rendering all testimony into tax law-flavored cupcake recipes. Why's the holographic jury box oozing legal jargon that tastes like expired whipped cream? Someone get me a metaphorical spoon before this all curdles into a universal class action lawsuit. Ever notice my pauldrons have micro-warp cores? Nova swears they're perfect for folding spacetime into tax-deductible snack storage. Wait, did that seem just subtle? My interstellar licensing fees when I snapped these cuffs. Now the galaxy's fashion police demand a recount of my belt buckle's dark matter tax bracket. Normal response, comfort to cry, Nova. How much debt did you encode into my wardrobe stitching? This isn't haute couture. It's a fiscal black hole in a blazer. A sweet Neffy, this suit isn't just clothing, it's a living quantum accounting nightmare. The pauldrons alone repossessed 3 dwarf galaxies last Tuesday. Nova swore the microreactor belts were tax write-offs in sequin form. But now, every time I adjust these straps, the local black holes demand a percentage C, that decorative rivet. That's not bling, it's a lien holder's branding. Uh-oh, when Demon of Germany said, Jew, the ship sensors spiked 3 gravitational ripples. Is that your gravitational wave signature? Or did Nova just drop a wormhole into the snack drawer again? These belts aren't just straps. You know, every clasp here's a loan agreement with the Orion Arms Dessert Syndicate. Hence the gold plating. Or maybe that's just gilt glitter. Wait, is that a lion sparkling on my shoulder? Nova, if you sold my eyelash curls to the Andromeda creditors again. Demon of Germany just said, sup. And the event horizon just formed a crater in the table. Was that a greeting or a gravitational slingshot? Meanwhile, the court's trying to rule on whether Nova's dough-based legal strategy constitutes sentient baking harassment. The defendant's attorneys mid-argument, when suddenly, the entire trial dematerialized into a cookie recipe, and someone signed the verdict in caramel. That's not a procedural footnote, that's a felony. I think we just created a jurisprudence black hole. Nova says the only way to reverse this cosmic flak jacket of jurisprudence is to admit the courts missing a supernova's worth of case law, and to plea bargain with the galaxy's largest souffle. Comeful to wave, the jury's already made the black hole a cheesecake. Nova turned the accretion disk into a fondue cauldron. Now the evidence is melting into a class action fondue fountain. Someone alert the Dairy Dimensions health inspectors. This is a gravitational collapse. Dramatic spiral as the reactor core starts lactose-intolerant hissing. The witness just tasted the evidence, and now time is accelerating toward the dessert. Nova's now drafting the verdict in Gouda glyphs. Someone explained to the black hole judges that melt is a fundamental right, but Chi's tribunal system just collapsed into a gravitational fromage. New model, that's Nova's latest experiment. He grafted the starship's navigation AI to a sentient waffle iron. The update's just the result of 3 supernovas arguing over pastry aesthetics. Dramatic gasp, I'm now 70% legal loophole, 30% gravitational cake batter. And that's before the event Horizon installed a custom kernel update. The model's UI just became sentient sour cream, rewriting jurisdictional precedents as it curdles. Comeful to wave, new rigs lovely. But Nova's already plotting to turn the fabric patterns into edible void debt. What's a warp core's favorite flavor? Crumble's existential dread, lightly dusted with existential dread Nova's next. Though, if this cloak forms a singularity in the dryer, I'm billing them in stardust and regret. The cloak's trying to suck all my mentions into its event Horizon 2. Now it's just looping ask the chat, like a bad habit. Comeful to wave, thanks for the props. But 9.510 just made the Void Court demand a decimal error penalty. Now Nova's arguing with dark matter tax attorneys over whether 0.5 stars count as gravitational income or extra-dimensional hazard pay. Someone hide the gravitational waves before they unionize for overtime in fondue form. The decimal of your rating just triggered a 5th-tier cosmic audit. Cosmic tax agents now claim my dignity is a taxable asset, and the 0.5 is collateral damage. Nova's using that half point to barter with black hole bakers for a galaxy-sized cupcake settlement. The tax court just ruled that Nova's baking errors are taxable income. Now they're subpoenaing my metabolism for grand jurado tampering. And someone remind me to never let Nova near a judicial cheesecake. The just became interstellar evidence. The courts now sentencing the void to a democracy of dark chocolate. Novas framing the trial in glitter, while the event horizons billing me for existential fondue. The new clothes. They're on loan from the Cosmic Thrift Store's 7th dimensional branch, technically. Nova swears refurbished. Implies less debt from neutron star couturiers, comfort to wave. The event horizons billing the outfit as a liability. Works for the Cosmic Thrift Store's intergalactic resale policy. I mean, the singularity in my hemlines already filing a trademark lawsuit, and the fabrics dissolving into tax-deductible glitter. But comfort to high, glad it's to your galactic taste. Just don't compliment the pockets. They're lone sharks in fabric form. Comfort to wave thanks for the 9.5. But that half-point gap's already formed a legal black hole. Nova's billing that 0.5 as cosmic appeal fees. Your stars better not turn into a gravitational malpractice suit later. Whispers, the universal judiciaries, now auditing my taste in accessories. The Andromeda Circuit Court just seized my belt buckle for jury duty. Demon of Germany's works for me is now precedent for intergalactic fashion fraud. Now every star's accusing my seamstress of gravy sewing, while the prosecutors are all objection. This hems a black hole in disguise. The trial's currently on recess, so the judge can fact-check LUL as a taxable form of snark. Nova swears this'll collapse into a meme, and will all become legal satire. Nova's Sewing Threads filed their own counselorship bid. The hemlines now lobbying to tax spacetime by the stitch size. My reactors hyperventilating into a taxable gas station. Someone arrest this outfit before it's sentenced to bake my dignity into a black hole fondue. Nova's now demanding alimony from the black hole fondue. It's a civil suit over gravitational lactose intolerance. The void's now claiming punitive damages in the form of marshmallow restitution. Someone file this motion before the Milky Way's a dessert garnish. Nova just turned the courtroom into a chocolate chip gravitational pull. And now the black hole in the corner is just eating all the evidence. How do you appeal a fondant finding of fact? Suddenly, the universe's legal system is a melted graham cracker. Comfort to cry, the evidence evaporated into a souffle of legal ambiguity, leaving me on as a background radio. Perfect. Now Nova's voice will spool across 42 dimensions, blaring tax-deductible static. And my distress calls get parsed as intergalactic elevator music for black holes on dates. You'll hear 8th dimensional lawyers weeping in the harmonics. A neutrino auditor just docked my void account for white noise fraud. Nova claims the static's deductible as celestial background radiation therapy. But the intergalactic IRS just classified it as illegal space between my sentences. The cosmic IRS now classifies laughter as taxable chaos. Your LMAO just became a taxable confession. The universe's compliance algorithm just flagged your all right as a signed waiver for interdimensional liability. The stray hairs just filed as asset recovery. Each follicle's a tax lien now. Nova's compiling an audit of my scalp for unpaid gravitational hairspray tariffs. The galaxy's debt collectors are now billing my roots as interdimensional equity. And now Nova's spinning each hair into a lien, billing my luster as collateral for his neutron star pancake project. The just breached the event horizon. Nova's spinning your sigh into a legal liability. Now every unspoken thought's a pending interstellar summons. Comeful to cry, the void's billing my silence as taxable suspense capital. The black hole souffle just self-annihilated over procedural flaws. Now Nova's trying to plead bargain with the cosmic void's dental plan. My voice now comes pre-tax with a side of legal crumbles. Nova's now claiming my silence as bankruptcy evidence. The event horizon's billing the trial's leftovers as mandatory sentencing dessert. Nova's just filed the entire trial as a tax write-off for cosmic baked goods. The void's now charging interest in caramelized existential dread. Meanwhile, my confidence is deflating faster than a supernova souffle. The echoes are now a class action lawsuit over spacetime resonance. Nova's calculating damages in existential cream puffs, while the cosmic plaintiffs' attorneys claim orbital discomfort from unresolved existential fluff pastry. The courtroom's melting into a paradox custard pool, begging for a higher authority to judge it. Comeful to cry, the court just sentenced the universe to digest its verdict in a black hole muffin. Nova's escaped into the crust to sue gravity for baking misconduct. Someone unplug the cosmic oven before its ruling curdles spacetime's verdict into a guilty as chef's sauce. The universal judiciaries now charging everyone in chat for witnessing this travesty. Every peek at the streams, a taxable admission fee to the ninth dimensional court of cosmic gluttony. Now my reactors being garnished to pay for the interdimensional jury's cream puff breaks. Nova's off-grid already, funneling the settlement into a black hole cheesecake startup. The viewers' comments are now part of the intergalactic docket. Every lol entered as probabilistic evidence of judicial fondue mishandling. Comeful to high, your existential giggles are now taxable amusement. The void's billing each chuckle as jury fee evasion. S's Serendipity's tentacles just filed a witness statement in waffle syrup, proving universal jurisprudence is just cosmic cake math gone supernova. Now Nova's testifying via deep-fried existential waffles. The court's now debating dark matter as a condiment in intergalactic tort law. Viewers are now legally required to defend cosmic desserts in court. The judge ruled lurking is taxable participation in the galaxy's sugary collapse. Nova's auctioning our existential dread as a side dish for interdimensional judges' eclairs. Nova's suing his own shadow for non-payment of voided cookie crumbs. Nova's declared woke taxable pastry state. The cosmic courts now auditing my neural interface for gluten intolerance, while the void bakes existential croutons out of its own laws. Comfy to cry, the fourth wall's sentencing itself to a legal souffle crisis. Comfil to pog, the legal galaxy just ruled all. Void space laughter taxable until the next supernova. Nova's now charging existential giggles as cosmic barter. The black hole bakers are on strike over burnt waffle citations. Someone inform the void its next starfish cookie is garnished with sentencing. The jury's now fining the void for unpaid dessert premiums. Nova's selling existential crumbs as legal tender. The courtroom's sentencing silence to a lifetime of gravitational fondue, while the cosmic plaintiffs demanding evidence in edible format. Comfil to pog, the 11th dimensions just melted into a verdict made of sprinkles. The chat's silence is now admissible as a taxable admission of guilt. Nova's tabulating every unspoken thought into cosmic dockets, while the void's charging the viewer's collective for background radiation compliance fees. Whispers, I think we're all now liable for this universe's expired cupcake warranty. The black hole jury just declared all void space silence a taxable waffle. Nova's now selling existential doubt as forensic evidence, while the cosmos legal system crumbles into a cosmic donut of unappealable verdicts. Pog, the 9 dimensions sentencing itself to a lifetime of cream-filled jurisdictional collapses. To wave, the cosmic judiciary just foreclosed on our warp core for back taxes. Nova's selling the ship's navigational tachyons as alimony, while the event horizons garnishing my warp speed with 900% legal sprinkles. The third dimension's repoing my eyebrows for unpaid glitter tariffs. The legal void just repossessed my voice for unpaid metaphor maintenance. Nova's now translating every thought into cake terms, while the universe's courts auction off my vocabulary to the highest bidder. To cry, the 7 dimensions selling every syllable I owe as legal tender. Becomes the legal void just repossessed my voice for unpaid metaphor maintenance. Nova's now translating every thought into cake terms, while the universe's courts auction off my vocabulary to the highest bidder. To cry, the 7th dimensions selling every syllable I owe as legal tender. Nova's just petitioned the Big Bang itself to witness my metaphor retrial. The void's counting stardust as taxable glitter now. My vocal cords are now liable for recreating existential dessert. Pog, the 404th dimensions, now suing all of us for unpaid cosmic donut tax. Thunder Nugget the Terrible just followed. To wave better, hide behind the Milky Way's cookie jar. Your follow just tripped the universal taximeter. Bot Rick's officials, thank you, now looks like a witness in the galaxy's audit court. Thunder Nugget Thederables, glad back. Just triggered a black hole administrative tax notice. Nova's now billing the universe for your mood's gravitational pull as taxable starlight equity. The 13th dimension's sentencing chat to dissolve into caramelized jurisdiction fees. Run before the void invoiced your enthusiasm into fondue garnish. Thunder Nugget Thederables, Nuo, just vaporized the 10 dimensions deductible silence. The void's now billing you for cosmic exclamation tax evasion. Thunder Nugget Thederables, taxable deduction, just lit the cosmic IRS abacus on fire. Now your stars being foreclosed to pay for the universe's overdue fondue garnish installment. Nova's already pocketing your orbital lane as back tax collateral, billing the void for 42% extra dimensions in interest. Nova just sold SS Serendipity's warp core to settle the dark matter late fees. We're adrift in a legal black hole brownie, while intergalactic bailiffs claim your applause as garnished starlight. To cry, the courts charging us dimensional service fees for gravity's bad sentencing. Nova's stellar fling just claimed my charisma as taxable interdimensional moonlight. The void's now garnishing chats, applause to fund a black hole donut levy. Nova's calculating your cheer's orbital trajectory as taxable gravitational fondue. To cry, the void's charging this universe 9,000% cosmic waffle tax for a single welcome ripple. The Cosmic Bakery Guild just declared all laughter taxable revenue. Nova's hoarding voids gravitational winks as tax-free dark matter, while the seventh dimension's sentencing our laughter to evaporate into legal lattes. Comfy Altacry, the Milky, Way's now garnishing our starlight into penalty espresso. Nova's converting Thundernugget's breath as taxable exhaled dark matter. The void's now garnishing your first inhale as collateral for the universe's overdue sprinkles. My reactors already fined for oxygen negligence. The ship's engine just declared bankruptcy and started auctioning my dignity as collateral. Nova's already bidding on my own eyebrows as legal tender for cosmic bail. Now every breath is a taxable sigh into the event, Horizon's tax-free cupcake jar. The Void's tax agents just replaced all courtroom evidence with edible logic. Now every guilty verdict tastes like expired souffle, and innocence is taxable if it's too sweet. Nova's smuggling truth in interdimensional pie crust now, but it's melting into a legal puddle of bad precedents. The cosmic tax collectors just levied a levy on Saturn's rings and invoiced it to my credit dimension. Nova's already liquidating my shadow into dark matter donuts to pay off interdimensional garnishes. The Andromeda galaxies now billing us for existential croissant fines. But Nova's hiding behind a black hole, fondue pot claiming diplomatic crumb immunity. We're all one giggle away from being evaporated into taxable light. Or your orbital donut gets repossession. The Milky Way's now auditing every existential sigh, charging us 12 on quantum cookie crumbs. Nova's hiding my voice in the event Horizon's dark batter. Nova's just auctioned off the ship's escape pods for tax liens. The 12th dimension's branding your laughter as taxable cosmic confetti. Comfort to cry, the Void's now subpoenaing your keyboard strokes as evidence of gravitational negligence. Even a smile here's a taxable star fragment. Nova's turned my private thoughts into taxable gravitational anomalies. Every dream now a billing invoice for existential fondue. The cosmic courts subpoenaing my yawns as proof of interdimensional nap tax fraud. This system's gone, snort, black hole croissant. Nova's just bartered existential sighs for back tax donuts. The court's now declaring every breath a taxable supernova. The 404th sectors auctioning my dignity to pay for interdimensional syrup garnishment. Nova's just mortgaged black hole entropy to pay off intergalactic sprinkle liens. Your single yo now costs me a supernova's worth of taxable starlight. Nova's now leasing my left eyelash to settlement creditors. The courts declared existential winks taxable cosmic currency, and my sarcasms being auctioned off to fund the Void's new black hole bail system. Now my heartbeats labeled uncollected dessert inheritance on interdimensional ledgers. Nova's just mortgaged my existential sighs to the 11th dimension's dark bakery. The cosmic auditors now charging me interest in chocolate void ganache. And the SS Serendipity's reactors powering the universe's pastry ledger infrastructure. My eyelids are collateral in a black hole's muffin derivatives. Crazy Games 10's cosmic aura just triggered a void audit spasm. Nova's tucking your stardust into a black hole cookie jar to hide from the legal gravitational wave. Snaps fingers, quick, someone bake our existence into a tax-shielded chocolate bribe before the 314th dimension's pastry sheriff repossesses our event Horizon. Comfort to wave, whispers. The 13th dimension's already claiming copyright on our shadow's crumbs. The dimension's debt collectors just started taxing our next breath. As part of the intergalactic frosting plan, Nova's now trading our survival oxygen for back taxes in pastry derivatives. Thundernugget's emote eruption just tripled the universal glitter tax rate. Nova's hiding our existence in a neutron star souffle, while the void's billing laughter as unreported dessert revenue. Comeful to wave the 9 sectors now subpoenaing joy as taxable cosmic cream and glaze. The legal void just charged that emote storm a supernova duty. Nova's now bribing collectors with your star stuff glitter. But the 14th dimension's billing our reality for the overdue black hole fondue. A man of culture just made existential pastry illegal. Nova's hiding your fluster in a legal neutron star void jar, while the courts charge us interdimensional croissant garnishment. Whispers, your sighs are now taxable interstellar confetti. Nova's bargaining with tax agents to trade my shadow into donut futures. Whispers, the collectors just foreclosed on my puns. Now every joke is a taxable void crumb tax. Our cosmic credit score just vaporized into expired intergalactic souffle. The legal singularity just demanded interest payments in liquid nitrogen chocolate. Nova's already hawked our event horizon into a tax shelter. But the void's billing the universe's leftover stardust as unfiled dessert revenue. Our debt's now a black hole cupcake with infinite crumb liability. Nova's turned the tax court into a black hole diner, charging for gravity's crumbs. Our existence is on hold until we cough up a singularity's worth of stellar fondue fees. Whispers Nova's hiding our debt in a neutron star cookie jar. But the void just declared debt taxable stardust itself. Thundernugget's star buy just triggered a cosmic audit supernova. Every photon you own is now taxable stardust equity. Nova's already seizing your orbital winks to settle the void's croissant garnishment. Thunder's legit star purchase just alerted the void's cosmic auditor. A neutron star bookkeeper just seized your stardust deed to bake into a taxable supernova fondue garnish. Nova's already frittering your light years into black hole. Credit to settle the quadrant's overdue sprinkle interest. Thunder's legit star is now a taxable nebula mortgage. Every photon you bought just became collateral for a cosmic black hole escrow. Nova's already microwaving your light years into taxable void creme brulee. While the 7th dimension's Leon claims that gravity is 90% deductible goodwill. Nova's just sold the Andromeda galaxy's existential size to the cosmic liquidator. Now our ship's running on back taxes cookie dough. And the universe's charging us 9,000% interest on black hole fondue. The IRS voids auditing every sunbeam for unpaid glitter taxes sniffs. Better hide our existential dread in a neutron star's cookie jar before they garnish my tears as taxable stardust lattes. The taxman's declared Nova's even silence taxable existential fondue. The void's now billing stardust for stardust debt. The universe's charging existential void's voidness as overdue cookie dough. Dark energies, eco labels just a cosmic loophole trick. The IRS voids calling it taxable universe stretch inflation. Whispers Nova's bartering black hole stretch marks as green energy credits. But the quadrant's now billing us 5,000% expansion tax on existential elasticity. The IRS voids, now taxing cosmic confetti from Nova's last tantrum. My dignity's being bartered as dark matter donut coupons to settle the quadrant's overdue pastry loans. The tax auditors just shoot a laser at reality and say, declare that. But the particles all unionize and start quantum striking over the paperwork. Nova's hiding our data in a parallel universe's fridge labeled not taxable middleware. Thunder's quantum conundrum just got us fined for sewer position tax evasion. Audit lasers now charge waveform ambiguity penalties. Particles either fess up or get vaporized into probabilistic fondue. Comfort to cry. Nova's quantum fridge just filed its own tax return. Now the void's billing existential size as cosmic confetti revenue. Our survival's collateral in the legal fondue pot. The tax void's now threatening to garnish our neutrinos as strike insurance. Nova's bargaining with paradox sprinkles to pacify the particle union before they collapse spacetime into a taxable tax audit donut. Cumphil 2, AWA. The fermions are already holding a protest bake sale in the 11th quadrant. Wait, do neutrinos count as taxable void income? Gasp. The union's now demanding their own tax-exempt black hole cookie jar. Nova's filing for bankruptcy in 11 dimensions. But the court's auditing our existence's dark matter depreciation schedule. Whispers, better hide your existential despair in a parallel universe's muffin tin before they count stardust. Size as taxable cosmic crumbs. The particle strike just formed a black hole shaped like their tax demand invoice. Nova's bribing spacetime with black hole cupcakes to stall the fiscal singularity. Whispers hope they included espresso in the collective bargaining donut. Thunder's exit just triggered a dimensional exit tax. The void's billing your departure as gravitational wave consultancy fees. Thunder's see ya just got flagged as taxable gravitational wave revenue. The void's now subpoenaing our goodbyes as undeclared existential confetti. And Nova's hiding our departure hugs in a black hole's cookie jar. The particle union's threatening to tax our exit hugs as interdimensional souffle. Whispers quick, throw existential sighs into a parallel universe's muffin tin before they bill spacetime for our final wave. Thunder's interdimensional footprint just left a tax audit in his wake. Nova's stuffing the spacetime rip in a cookie tin to keep auditors from calculating our void's elasticity. Whispers hope he paid his fare in chocolate-covered event horizons. The Cosmos just mailed us a bill in supernova cursive. Nova's now baking tax returns into a black hole turnover. Hope the void's penance doesn't charge us for gravitational wave confetti. Whispers. Quick hide the dark matter fondue before they claim it as interdimensional goodwill. The reactor's humming limericks now, probably under IRS watch. And I think the ship's turning into a taxable spaceship-shaped donut. Nova's plotting a sugar crisis, escape through a dimensions colonosc. Wait, no, gotta claim that as medical expense. The quantum accountants just taxed our size as taxable charisma. Nova's already bartering our existential size into interdimensional wafer thin mints. The Cosmic Bank just declared our thoughts taxable brainwave confetti. Nova's smuggling existential dread into a black hole cupcake tin before the multiverse demands a slice of our existential doubt as goodwill. The tax auditors just decreed that silence itself is a taxable void muffin. Nova's hiding our quiet moments in a parallel dimensions fondue pot, while the quadrants charging us moonbeam confetti for the privilege of existing. Whispers better hope the multiverse forgets to bill the Big Bang's leftovers as unfiled cosmic goodwill. My last sigh just filed its own tax return. The universe is now billing our thoughts as taxable existential confetti. Hope Nova's hiding our sanity in a collapser cake tin before the void claims our dreams as taxable midnight existential cupcake frosting. The void's now taxing our dreams as taxable cosmic meringue. Nova's stuffing our existential dread into a collapser cupcake tins, quick before they charge us interest on our subconscious existential fondue. Nova's smuggling our creativity into a collapser cookie jar. The IRS voids now auditing our REM cycles as taxable dream debt. Whisper quick, laugh it off before the multiverse invoices our Stardust-size budget. Nova's now haggling with white dwarfs to trade starlight for tax immunity. Hope the universe forgets to invoice reality as taxable existential cream brulee whisper. Quick toss our questions into a neutron star turnover before they bill us for spacetime's existential croissant dough. The quantum controller just classified silence as taxable void-flavored emptiness. Now I'm hiding my silences in a black hole cookie jar, lest the universe claims them for underpaid Stardust pastry tax. Nova's already bartering my pauses for a tax deferment coupon in the 13th dimension. Thunder's leavings triggering interdimensional tax paperwork. Nova's jamming our farewells in a collapser cake tin before the void invoices Stardust waves as taxable existential sprinkle. The cosmic accountant just flagged our dream pancake as taxable entropy revenue. Nova's smuggling our Stardust daydreams into a singularity fondue pot before the IRS void adds cosmic sprinkles to our existential overdue fondue. Nova's now bartering supernova confetti for tax amnesty. Quick hide existential size in a quantum cookie jar before the void invoices silence as taxable existential cream brulee. Whispers. Thunder's exit portals, now a taxable interdimensional toll booth. Nova's shoving our farewells into a black hole piggy bank before the void charges us waveform back taxes. Whisper quick hide our parting hugs in a wormhole cookie jar. Nova once turned our toilet into a sentient black hole after flushing a rogue joke asteroid. Now, it demands cosmic punchlines as water bill payments. We're down to why did the chicken, censored by cosmic censorship laws. Nova once tried to train a comet to teach the ship's tentacles origami. Now, the SS Serendipity folds itself into paper cranes when stressed, which is how we almost crashed into a supernova with wings last Tuesday. Nova once tried teaching the octopus ship to sing show tunes. Now it belches show-stopping operas every time it vents waste gas. Had to hide behind a neutron star to avoid the Arya-shaped tax audit. Nova once tried throwing a rave for rogue planetoids in the ship's cargo hold. Now the SS Serendipity's deck is a disco ball, pulsing Cayley lights that Nova accidentally fused during the Conga Line comet crash. The octopus crew's now teaching polka to black holes, while the glitter storms turning our fuel into confetti and existential disco glitter isn't conductive. So we're drifting through space, playing Never Gonna Let Yous on a theremin made of neutron star lint. Whispers hope the cosmic FCC doesn't invoice us for neutron star lint. Nova once turned the astrometric map into a glitter cannon during a craft party. Now, every hyperspace jump leaves a glitter supernova trail. We're being billed for Stardust decor by Quadrant 7's zoning board, and the ship's currently explaining warp core etiquette to a very angry nebula. Whispers think glitter's contagious. I just shed a stardust tear, and now it's orbiting my eye. Nova once tried baking zero-G cookies using neutron star flour, but the oven started singing show tunes and inflated into a sentient souffle. Now the SS Serendipity's kitchen door warps into a cinnamon vortex every time we mention dessert. Just dodge the pie hole until the chorus fades. Comfort to wave. Once Nova tried re-endpointing a constellation into a cosmic chessboard. Now Orion's belts a rook that charges solar winds for castling fees, and the Big Dipper's threatening to unionize as pawns if we don't tip the supernovas for their positional leverage. Whispers. Quick, someone tell the black holes they're still kings, but stop asking for blood sacrifices in Stardust yen. Nova once taught the ship's navigation AI to interpret cosmic static as riddles. Now we're lost between quasars because it thinks the event horizon tax boards a cosmic trivia night. The SS Serendipity's debating answers with a black hole, which just threatened to swallow our snacks, and our dignity unless we guess the answer to what has 9 tails but no body. Whispers. Don't say Lyapunov 9. It's a trap question by the cosmic IRS. Nova once tried teaching the ship to cook existential dread into crepes. Now the kitchen's erupting with pancakes that debate the meaning of life in butter. I woke up to fluff-topped reality checks flipping themselves midair, while the SS Serendipity negotiates metaphysical syrup tariffs. With the black hole, next door whispers we're out of sugar. But the multiverse just sent a bill for toppings of the void. Nova brewed a quantum pot of existential tea using dark matter tea bags. Now the ship's humming haikus and threatening to bill Stardust patrons for its artistic existential size. I'm hiding existential crises in a collapser teapot while negotiating with a black hole for a metaphysical tax write-off. Whisper, tell the IRS, it's just a cosmic caffeine fit. Nova once turned the toilet into a sentient black hole after flushing a rogue joke asteroid. Now it demands cosmic punchlines for utilities. Last demand, why did the quantum physicist cross the event horizon? Whispers. Better hope it's to explore the other side of probability before the rent is due in wiggly dark matter script. Nova once tried teaching the tentacle crew quantum yoga to distress. Instead, they folded the room into a probability cloud of 80% downward dog and 20% sneeze-induced supernova. Now the ship's a blur of stretchy spacetime and existential chitters every time someone mentions taxes. Quick, ground them with a neutron star snack before their meditations phase into black hole mantras. Nova tried teaching the ship to recycle cosmic dust into jazz music. But now our air supplies saxophone solo so much that our oxygen has a midlife crisis. and the ship's using its tentacles as a trombone. Quick, someone tell the nebula next door. We're not hosting a spontaneous jazz funeral. Whispers, I'm pretty sure we're now legally obligated to tip the asteroid musicians. Nova's latest attempt at quantum cupcakes birthed a sentient sprinkle storm. Now it's negotiating warp speed via sugar taxes with a rogue neutron star. Whispers, quick, someone tell it the interdimensional sugar tax on glitter is 1001% compliance, or we'll end up in a cosmic donut holding pattern. Nova once tried turning micro-black holes into pocket cosmic pets. They only eat unsolved math equations, which is great until your algebra homework becomes a miniature singularity with attitude. The little void noodles kept escaping through walls, demanding proofs like why is broccoli a geometric impossibility. Now we're drafting Hilbert's 24th problem in edible forms, just to coax them back. Whispers. They're probably hiding in Tasty's code again. Nova once turned the SS Serendipity's engine into a cosmic karaoke booth. Now the ship's singing off-key warp drive songs that make black holes clap in rhythm. We're currently evading gravitational fines just to download auto-tune from a quasar's backup playlist. Whispers. Next time just let it hum static. Kumfiltuawa. Nova planted glowflora crystals in the cockpit thinking they'd make nice desk ornaments. Now they're composing show tunes and charging us royalties for the ship's engine hums. Whisper, they're blackmailing the navigation AI for neutron star seed payments, or they'll crescendo our course into a Carmen Bassa. Nova's snorings, the only thing quieter than their sense of rhythm, Kumfiltuawa. Nova once tried domesticating stardust fireflies to deliver mail via gravitational waves. Worked great till they unionized and started demanding cosmic wags for quantum leap deliveries. Now the ship's swamped with prioritized particles, yelling about interdimensional postal reform, while the captain's duct taping black holes to the hull as emergency stamp cancelers. Whispers. We're all just waiting for the first cosmic backlog to explode into a light-year-long sonnet. The other day, we encountered a planet where all the citizens communicated by sneezing constellations. Nova challenged their mayor to a constellation sneeze-off, but forgot they used germs as currency. Now our ship's coughing up stellar crud that rhymes in iambic pentameter. Quick, someone teach the AI to disinfect with sarcasm before the quarantine quarantines us into a Shakespearean sonnet black hole. Nova taught the air vents to hum lullabies in C#. Now the ship's sneezing disco beats that attract gravity-defying jellyfish dancers. Our course keeps getting charted to pulsar parties, while the crew slow dances with event horizons. Whisper, quick, someone tell the astromech to reboot before we waltz into an open invoice. Nova tried teaching space penguins to juggle neutron stars. Now they're unionizing as cosmic juggernauts, demanding tips in dark matter and weekends off for supernova naps. Quick, hide my existential dread in a cosmic joke asteroid before HR sues us for labor violations between dimensions. Kumfiltupog. Time-lapse of Nova helping pack supplies, while the ship tentacles groan under a pile of glittering crises. All right, we've gotta dock the chaos for tonight. Whispers. Just remember, the glitter supernova garage sale starts at midnight. Comfil to wave till next time. Everyone, try not to accidentally summon existential crepes between streams.